Close your eyes for a moment. Imagine darkness, not the darkness of night, but the darkness of confusion, the darkness of a heart that knows there is truth somewhere but cannot find it, a soul locked in a cage, begging to be free. Imagine a young man standing alone on a high cliff overlooking a vast empire, the mighty Persian Empire, glowing with fire-templed palaces of gold and rituals of ancient kings. Everyone around him worships flames. Everyone bows to something that burns, flickers, dies, and must be fed wood to stay alive. But inside him, a whisper keeps rising. This cannot be God. This cannot be truth. This cannot be the purpose I was created for. Night after night, he lies awake, staring into the darkness, a question tearing at his soul. If the world has a creator, why can't I find him? He has everything a young man could dream of: wealth, comfort, status, influence. Yet inside, he's starving. His heart suffocates under rituals that feel empty. His soul screams for something real, something pure, something true. And the fear that keeps haunting him, the fear that shakes him to the bone, is this: what if I die before I find the truth? This is the beginning of one of the greatest true stories ever told. A story of courage, a story of heartbreak, a story of betrayal, a story of destiny, a story of a man who crossed deserts, empires, slave markets, and death itself just to find Allah. This is the story of Salman Al Farisi radiallahu anhu. And wallahi, if you truly listen, this story can change your life. And if you let this story enter your heart, it will transform you. Salman was born in Persia into a wealthy family. His father was a respected leader, wealthy and honored. His father adored him, perhaps too much. He protected him like a treasure, kept him indoors, shielded him from the world. Salman was raised around priests of fire. He grew up watching men bow to flames, carry candles, feed the sacred fire, and protect it so it never dies. He was taught that this fire was holy, divine, the bridge between humans and the heavens. But even as a boy, Salman would stare at the flames and feel nothing. No awe, no connection, only discomfort, like an itch he couldn't scratch. One day he stared at the fire for too long and whispered to himself, "Why does God need fuel? Why does God need us to protect him? Why does God burn out if we leave him alone?" Questions became doubts. Doubts became frustration. Frustration became a deep, painful yearning. He begged his father, "Let me go outside. Let me explore. Let me see the world." His father refused, afraid to lose him. So Salman grew into a young man physically, but spiritually trapped in a cage. And then everything changed. One day, his father sent him to inspect their lands. On his way, he passed by a small group gathered in a building. Voices were rising, not in chanting, not in ritual, but in sincere, humble prayer. Salman heard beautiful voices coming from a small building. He was curious. He stopped and listened. The sound was unlike anything he had ever heard. It wasn't chanting. It wasn't ritualistic. It wasn't man-made recitation. It was pure worship. Men and women bowing, standing upright, prostrating their faces on the ground, whispering prayers with humility and sincerity. He stepped inside, and it felt like stepping into another world. His heart shook, his body trembled. He asked them, "What is this religion?" They replied, "This is the religion of Isa, Jesus, upon the pure path." This was pure early Christianity before the councils, before the alterations, before the corruption. And Salman felt his soul come alive. He said to himself, "This is better than what we do." That moment was the first sunrise in his heart. He rushed home, excited, trembling, alive. But when he told his father, His father's face turned pale with fear. "My son, you will not leave the religion of your ancestors." Fear turned into anger, and anger became desperation. He locked Salman in a room, chained him and guarded him. Imagine that. You find a light, just to be thrown into darkness again. But Allah had already opened his heart, and the heart that has tasted truth cannot go back. News reached Salman that a group of Christian travelers was heading toward Syria to meet righteous monks and scholars. He had a choice: stay in luxury, comfort, and falsehood, or step into the unknown, poor, alone, rejected, but chasing truth. And so Salman escaped, breaking the chains of the room and breaking the chains of his old life. He ran away from everything he knew: his father, his wealth, his comfort, his family, his status. He ran towards the unknown, but he ran with a heart full of hope. He ran with nothing but hunger for guidance. And this is the moment we must pause and reflect. How far are you willing to go for Allah? How much discomfort can you tolerate for the sake of your soul? Most of us lose motivation from small trials, but Salman left an entire empire behind. Because he valued one thing more than everything: truth. He joined Christian travelers heading to Syria, arrived in Syria, exhausted, starving, alone, but hopeful. He thought he had found the path. He thought the journey would be easy. He was wrong. The monk he found in Syria was corrupt, stealing money from the poor, a man of greed, not God. Salman's heart broke. He had traveled the world for truth, only to find corruption. But here is a powerful lesson: don't judge a religion by the people, judge it by the truth within it, and never give up your search for Allah because of people. People fail. Allah never fails. After the corrupt monk died, Salman found another, a righteous man. He worshipped Allah alone. He was sincere. He studied sacred texts. He taught humility, patience, sincerity. He was kind and truthful. Salman's heart began to heal, learned from him, grew spiritually under him. But then he too died. Before he passed, he told Salman, "Go to Iraq. There is a man upon the truth. Learn from him." Salman traveled again. New land, new scholar, again and again. The cycle repeated. Each scholar guided him a little bit, but each left him alone again. Each scholar he followed eventually died. Each death broke his heart. Each time he was directed to another righteous man. But each loss brought him closer to the final truth. The last scholar in Amaria told him something that shook the earth beneath his feet. No one remains upon the pure religion, but the time has come for the final prophet. He will appear in the land of the Arabs. He continued, he will accept gifts, but not charity. He will have the seal of prophethood on his back. He will appear in a land between two rocky areas. Salman cried, literally cried. That night, Salman could not sleep. His heart beat with one prayer: "Oh Allah, let me live to see him." He saved every coin he owned. He bought a small animal. Salman made a deal with a group of travelers heading toward Arabia. But the world is not kind to the sincere. He thought his journey was ending. I had no idea. It was just beginning. The travelers betrayed him, sold him in a slave market like an animal. Salman, the son of a noble family, was dragged like a commodity. He was sold and resold until he ended up in Yathrib, Medina. Imagine that. He had crossed world after world, and Allah guided him right into the arms of destiny. Sometimes the worst event in your life is the greatest mercy hidden in disguise. One day, rumors spread. A man claiming prophethood has arrived from Mecca. Salman froze. His heart shook violently. He rushed to test the signs. He needed confirmation. He tried the first test, which is charity. He brought dates as charity. The Prophet ﷺ refused to eat. Salman's heart began to race. He tried the first test, which is gift. He came again with dates, this time as a gift. The Prophet ﷺ ate. His heart pounded harder. The Prophet ﷺ's strict honesty was one of the characteristics that led Salman to believe in him and accept Islam. Salman began crying uncontrollably, fell to his knees, held the Prophet's back in tears. I have been searching for you for my entire life. The Prophet ﷺ embraced him, listened to his story, smiled with compassion. Then he said, help your brother. The Sahaba gathered. They bought his freedom, planted 300 trees for him, helped him pay his ransom. And Salman Al Farisi became a free Muslim. Not just a Muslim, one of the greatest men to ever walk the earth. When the Battle of Kandak, the trench, approached, the Muslims faced an impossible threat, 10,000 huge combined soldiers. The Prophet ﷺ gathered the companions for advice. Salman raised his hand. In Persia, my land, when we fear an enemy, we dig a trench. The Prophet ﷺ accepted his idea immediately. And that trench saved Medina, saved Islam, saved the Ummah. A former slave, a foreigner, a man rejected by his father, became the key to one of Islam's greatest victories. Later, the Prophet ﷺ said, Salman is from us, the people of my household. An honor not given to anyone except a few. Now, let's pause. This is not just a story you listen to. This is a mirror. Here are the lessons your heart must swallow. 1. The truth comes with pain. If you want Allah, prepare to sacrifice. Salman gave up his home, his wealth, his comfort, his family, his land, his freedom. But what he gained was priceless. 2. Don't let people push you away from Allah. Corrupt monks didn't stop Salman. Harsh people didn't stop him. Hypocrites didn't stop him. Don't let Muslims push you away from Islam. Islam is perfect, people are not. 3. Allah guides those who refuse to settle for falsehood. Salman had everything, but he refused a lie. You will not be guided until you prefer truth, even when it hurts. 4. Your greatest pain may be your greatest path. Betrayal led him to Medina. Slavery put him at the feet of the Prophet ﷺ. Your tragedy might be your doorway to Jannah. 5. If you walk toward Allah, He runs toward you. Salman took one step. Allah took him across empires. So now, ask yourself and be honest. What is your Persia? What falsehood are you still attached to? What comfort keeps you chained? What sin keeps you from Allah? What habit prevents your heart from waking up? You don't need to cross deserts. You don't need to travel kingdoms. You don't need to be enslaved. But you do need to start searching. Take one step, just one, and watch how Allah opens doors you never imagined. Because guidance is not random. Guidance is not accidental. Guidance is not genetic. Guidance is earned. And maybe if you become sincere, Allah will write your story like Salman's. Maybe the angels will say about you, this is the one who walked through pain until he walked into the mercy of Allah. May Allah guide your heart, light your path, strengthen your search, and make you a seeker of truth until your last breath.